Welcome to the Jet Set Hers podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jaimie. We discuss travel, adventure, and everyday life. Listen with us and let's go somewhere.
Hi.
Yo, Jenny, what's up?
Welcome back to our third episode.
Third episode.
Pretty exciting.
Definitely.
And just bear with us. We're learning this as we go. But I think we're finally getting our groove. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're a little new and a little slow still, but we're finding our voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what beer do you have over there?
Okay, so I'm excited to talk about this one. It's actually my probably top favorite beer of all time. My definite go-to, always get it. Classic. Everybody knows me. This is what I'm drinking. Bell's Two Hearted, baby.
I think I've had that before.
Yeah. Michigan Brewery, 7.7 ABV. It is real hoppy, if you like that. It's just IPA. Yeah.
Very good. I am with the same brewery that I had last week, but it's from Weldworks over in Greeley, Colorado.
Got it.
And it's a variation of the same beer that I had last week, Juicy Bits, but it's a double dry hopped. So it's a little hoppier. It has a little bit more citrusy flavor. It's really good.
Ooh. Okay, I mess with that. Yep. I can't wait to go there.
They have several different versions of the hazy IPA, and they're all the ones I've had, at least, are really good so far.
I'm about it. You know, IPAs, that's my jam.
Yeah.
Yay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay.
Oh, and I think we have a special guest again.
I think we have somebody here today. Pew, pew, pew.
Hey.
This is Tiff, guys.
Hi, Tiff.
Hey, what's up?
What are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking a White Claw right now.
White Claw. What flavor?
The grapefruit.
All right.
Oh, that's what I was drinking last week.
Yep. Nothing wrong with a White Claw.
Basic B. That's all right. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Yeah.
So let's find out some more about Tiff. Introduce her to everyone.
All right. Yeah, Tiff, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, hi, I'm Tiffany. I was born and raised in Southwest Detroit. I am 26 years old, and I am currently living in Midtown Detroit. It's the upcoming area right now. I am a barista, and yeah, I love to travel, so I'm here today to talk about my experiences with you guys.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks.
We're happy to have you.
Cool. Yeah, so a little fun piece about Tiff, guys. She is actually my fiance, so enjoy this episode and all she has to talk about. She might be talking about some embarrassing stories that have to do with me, so please don't judge us, but glad she could be on and glad she could talk about some of the fun stuff that we do. So
yeah, and we love her. So yeah, so it's a good thing you're drinking White Claw. It's really refreshing because if you guys hear any background noise today, it's because of the air conditioning.
We forgot to tell you guys that we have some air conditioning issues in our apartment unit this weekend that fell over into this brand new week that still has not gotten resolved. So if you do hear any background noise, that we have a tiny little desktop fan that's on our workspace with us. So sorry, but It's like 95 degrees in here. So
we're just gonna.
I gotta do it. You guys gotta do it with me. So sorry. All right, so Tiff, let's start by talking about. You said you were born and raised in Southwest Detroit. So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, Southwest Detroit actually wasn't always called Southwest Detroit. It used to be called Springwells Village, and then they changed it to Springwell City, like, I don't know, in the 1800s or something like that. But yeah, it's basically the Mexican town, and growing up being around that culture, I've developed a love for tacos and spicy foods, along with the new thing that's coming downtown. So, you know, it's a lot to adapt to, but I like it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely know the area that you're talking about. I have a couple spots that I know of over there. A couple people that I know that are from there. I like that little spot though. I like your mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like Detroit's very like authentic. It's kind of like split up like into sections. Like if you hear people say downtown, you hear people say midtown, new center. They're all like little, essentially like neighborhoods right next to each other that all make up the city, but they're grouped in, there's English Village, it goes deeper out. Every little neighborhood has its own little name. So
Yeah, it's pretty diverse since like certain areas are really up and coming, getting a lot of tourists. Like downtown has Quicken Loans and Meridian and all the new businesses that's moving down there. So they're getting a lot of traffic opposed to some areas that are not really, up and coming as to how downtown is.
oh yeah, like the downtown area is seriously majorly booming, like with new stuff, with new people, new businesses. Dan Gilbert bringing Quicken Loans, I feel like brought a whole new scene to the city.
Yeah.
Excuse me, of just big corporations. So watching it change over the years, I'm sure was probably pretty crazy, especially being a kid too.
Yeah, like Belle Isle, no one used to go there. Like when I first went there as a child, there was the aquarium and the zoo, and then we had deer, and it was so beautiful. And then it went through the time where it was just shut down and no one went there and they lost money. And now they're starting to regrow Belle Isle and everybody's going there like, Belle Isle, Belle Isle. It's like I've been going there my whole life. So it's good to see that.
Yeah. I was actually going there as a kid too, and Belle Isle has definitely changed from what it used to be as a kid. Jenny, if you don't know what that is, it's like a little, it's like a little island, right? Kind of by Detroit. It's connected by a bridge. It's like a park. You have to pay, and people go there picnic. Fly kites. There's a little beach area, and personally, me and my friend we ride our bikes around there, and it's like
it's like a metro park. Well, if you know what that is.
Yeah, just like a park.
Yeah.
Is that near where you can see Canada across the water? Like, remember you took me somewhere when I visited?
Yeah, so that was actually on Fort Street. We were going underneath the actual Ambassador Bridge on Fort Street, passing the downtown area. That's actually on the other side. I guess you could still kind of technically see Canada, but not as like the Canadian riverfront. Next time they pick the pictures of like Caesar's Windsor across from the Detroit River Walk right there where I ride my bike downtown. Yeah, but it's kind of like on the other side. So you can't necessarily see it, but you definitely can see it. You can see the big ships, and it's just like a park. People go there and hang out, barbecue and stuff. But yeah, times definitely changed from when I was growing to Belle Isle. So I can't even imagine going there, even being even younger. When I was a kid when I was like 14, 15, it was like party central. All these older people driving their Cadillacs, their low riders down there.
Yeah, when it started to like
everybody partying outside, no cops around, like just insane.
Yeah.
Now that shit would never fly. So
yeah, I'm excited to hear more about Detroit today. And I know I visited, but I was pretty sick during that trip. And I know in general Detroit kind of gets a bad rap, so it'll be nice for people to hear like locals' perspective and how it's changed and is just getting a lot cleaner and
yeah,
getting
for
better.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's happened, I would say, probably the past 10, 15-ish years. It's been on the uprise. A lot of, money coming into the city. So, what that
I do have a
means.
question for you. The big old train station, the one that was abandoned forever, are they fixing that up?
Yes, actually, Ford bought that train station, and they are remodeling it. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but yeah, Ford bought it, so
funny you asked about that. Actually, last year, I did a catering event there. Well, we didn't actually cater it, but we dropped off the food. bunch of food we delivered and actually set up the chafing kits and stuff for the folks to eat. But we got to go inside, and that was the first time I've ever been able to go inside. And oh my gosh, because it was the Ford company. It was a party for Ford, and that's the people that just bought it. And I mean, this thing is huge. It doesn't even do it justice until you go inside and you can actually see the levels. So they had started construction on a couple parts, but the initial part, like right when you walk in, is still just completely how it was, just like in shambles, graffiti everywhere.
I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was actually me and my boss, because we didn't have anybody, no staff to take that day. So me and my boss loaded up this huge delivery, drove down there from the shop. It was probably only a good 10-minute drive from where we are to downtown, like, where this is. And yeah, we were both like, oh, do you guys need anything else? Like trying to stay longer because it was super cool. We were both just really enjoying it. It was really cool to go inside.
Yeah. I always love the creepy old abandoned places. And any article I used to see, that one was always listed, the Detroit train station.
Definitely.
Yeah, they say it's haunted. Like my older brother, he did a photo shoot. Of course, they went in there illegally and did a photo shoot, but the pictures came out really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
You should get some of those. We can see if we can share that to the Insta.
Wonder if there's any orbs in the background,
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember you drove me around it when I visited, but it was at nighttime, but I was still like, that's so cool, so creepy. Just this big kind of ghost figure almost in the skyline.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool what they do with it now is because somebody bought it. So like when it was Pride Month, like they'll fly like the lights at night. They'll fly the Pride lights at night, or like what was it when whatever's going on, it'll be red, or they'll light them up green.
Yeah, I think the Empire State Building does that too.
Yeah, so
red, white, and blue, 4th of July, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, being in the city, seeing that lit up once again, because it's
giving it life again.
Yeah, for sure,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
It's cool. What else, Tiff?
Well, the food scene is really big right now in Detroit. There are a lot of new restaurants and authentic, natural.
Yeah, so I know we're going to talk about some good restaurants in Detroit so people can get some ideas when they come to visit. Where did we go when I came? There were some really good tacos, but they were like tapas style.
Yeah, we went to Imperial in Ferndale.
All right. What part of town is that in?
So that's actually right past Detroit. So like kind of how I mentioned, there's like little neighborhoods all like lined up next to each other. So it's like Detroit, New Center, Highland Park, and then it like slides into Oak Park for like a second. And then there's Ferndale, Royal Oak, Berkeley. So it's right there, right when you get into Ferndale, Woodward and 8 Mile, basically 9 Mile. The tapas tacos, yeah, they're like $2.50. So good.
Is that still open?
Yeah.
They were doing. They have a food truck. They had their food truck set out while COVID was going on, doing pickup. But yeah, still open, still rocking.
Are food trucks really big out there?
Yeah, I would say probably yeah.
They were huge in Orlando before I moved, for sure.
I definitely remember going to quite a few food truck events in Orlando when I lived there before I moved, for sure.
They're big here too, though, because like I mentioned, like we have breweries on every corner, and almost every brewery is partnered up with a food truck. So
sure,
they're pretty big here too.
I feel like the food scene kind of like that goes in like waves. You know what I mean? It's popular and then it's not, and then it's popular and then it's not. Like it's trendy and it's not. But yeah, there's a lot of places around here that have food trucks that pop off. In Mexican Town, like Tiff was saying, they have actually quite a few food trucks that are really, really super authentic and local. Like you drive by them and you're like, whoa, I gotta stop there. That's about to be good. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fun fact, though, for my bachelor's degree, for my capstone project, we had to do a full business plan, and I actually did it for a food truck.
Sweet.
So if I ever
That's awesome.
really want to start a business, I have it all ready to go.
Business plan ready to go. Gangster. Send that to me.
Actually, if there were anyone I'd want to partner up with for that, I'd call you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about that food life, girl.
So, for someone coming to visit Detroit and they want a good place to eat, like, what's your favorite place? Friday night off? Where are you going?
Ooh, good question.
Friday night, a night off. That changes things. Recently, before COVID, we went to a Caribbean restaurant. If you're looking for the experience without having to go all the way to the Caribbean or the Caribbean islands, it was a restaurant called Norma G's, and we had, what was it? Like short rib
nachos. Yeah, they were fantastic.
Yum.
They were so good. We got those as an appetizer, and then after we had their jerk chicken wings, and those were bomb. So definitely people should check that out if they come. It's a small business, so they're up and coming. And
Black owned.
Yeah, and they're Black owned. So that's one that people should definitely check out if they come.
For sure. Support the local.
Oh my gosh, our waitress was so phenomenal too. And she just basically, the short rib nachos were on a special that night. So that's why we decided to get them. They don't have them all the time, and she said they were awesome. So we decided to try them, and we were through the roof. And the lady was just so awesome. She recommended drinks for us. We both got, fancy drinks when we were there. What else did we get? Like Tiff said, we got the jerk chicken wings that were fire. But I know we got something else. I know we got something else. I'm trying to think. But yeah, definitely. I really, really enjoyed that place too. Norma G's.
Like if you're the type of person that likes brunch and pastry items, there's a French pastry shop downtown, in the heart of downtown. It's called Canal. And they have the best croissants that you ever tasted. It's like you travel to Paris for a second when you eat it. So that's another spot I would recommend.
Why have you never taken me there?
I love brunch.
Same. Yeah, we're big on
some
brunch
bottomless
too.
Mimosas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just forget the rest of the day. Good to go.
Yeah, so actually when we went to Norma G's before COVID, we were inspired by the jerk chicken wings. That we actually came up with our own little jerk seasoning spice that we have been using the heck out of. That turned out really good. So
that's awesome.
I definitely got to just rep Norma G's one more time because they really, we ate there. We had a bomb ass time. And then, like I said, we were so inspired. We came home and messed around in the kitchen a little bit. So
yeah. So like someone coming to visit Detroit, like what, it's obviously not a huge tourist destination, but what would you say are some places like people would have to hit, like as they're coming through town?
I would definitely say some of the more historical areas. So starting where we live right now, Midtown has a lot of history. The Canfield district, which is actually right behind us, it's a lot of old historic homes, like really large homes where multi-families lived, and they're beautiful colors and architecture. Also, maybe Belle Isle to see some of the old things that are there in the horse stables, the yacht club.
Definitely.
Places like that.
I would say definitely if you have time to travel too, try to hit the west side of the state. The west side of the state's absolutely beautiful. Grand Rapids, Grand Haven. Grand Haven is actually on the coastline. Lake Michigan over there, Traverse City, just a little bit north.
I think it was Grand Haven that I
north.
was staying that you took me to.
Mm-hmm. That was the beach.
Yeah, because they lived we walked to the water from where we were staying.
Yeah, the Grand Haven is like, I don't know, maybe like a 25, 30-minute drive from Grand Rapids. So it's like you're staying in Grand Rapids, Granville, which is kind of like where Grand Valley State University is. And then, like a 30-minute drive to Grand Haven to the coast where the park is, where the beach is. And I love it. It's like an ocean, but it's a lake, and it is amazeballs. And also Traverse City, which we have went to last year. Very first time going, lived in Michigan this whole entire time, and we adored Traverse City. So we cannot wait to go back.
I would say that's a place that people, if they're coming to Michigan and
you have time to drive,
go to Traverse City because the view of Lake Michigan is like
incredible.
You don't feel like you're
No.
in the United States. You're like,
Where is Traverse City compared to, like, say, Detroit or Grand Rapids?
So
That's
put your
what I was
hand out, because this is
Don't
how,
love it, the mitt.
this is how Michiganders get around, right? So kind of do like by your thumb and your wrist. In between your thumb and your wrist, basically is going to be kind of like where Detroit is, okay? And now go to the very first notch, the very first line in your pinky. The very first line in your pinky is practically Traverse City.
So is it like, it's north of Grand Rapids?
It's
then?
north of Grand Rapids, because
Okay.
Grand Rapids is practically directly west from Detroit, literally
Yep.
like a direct line.
That's the bus I took.
Yeah, it's almost a straight line. And then Traverse City is north of that. So yeah, it's like, what? How long was the drive? I feel like
4 hours.
4.5 hours. We drove up there with a couple friends last summer.
That's not bad at all, though.
No, not to get to something as beautiful as that, where you feel like you are worlds away.
Yeah, so I really don't know anything about Traverse City. So what are they known for other than like the beach?
They have the Cherry Festival. There's the fudge. There's the views, Lake Michigan. There's the sand dunes. Oh my God, I don't even know. There was this really good donut place that we went to, like the little downtown area that we were walking to.
in
they like
downtown Traverse City.
Cute little like locally owned. Kind
Yes,
of
it's
vibes, yeah.
adorable. It's like a little quaint little village. You like walk through one-way streets, and it's all like lined by like a beach almost. Like it's like a lake almost. Yeah,
It's crazy. You have like your own little beach town, but you're in the northern part of the country.
seriously.
Yeah. Lake life is serious in Michigan.
Lake life is serious in Michigan for sure.
Boat life, lake life.
Yeah, it's cool. When we were actually in Traverse City, we drove to Torch Lake. It was only like a half an hour away from where we were. And that's like, you could walk out for a mile.
Yeah.
And it is up to your knees. Crystal clear baby blue water.
Unfortunately, I can't swim. So if you are not a swimmer, going to Torch Lake that's a good place to go. So
Yeah.
you can actually experience it and be with everyone else.
For sure. The sand is super soft, and just everything is so clear. There's no rocks. It's really nice to just be out there. We were playing frisbee for hours. They have sandbars out there too. Like if you have pontoon and boat, you can go even further than where we went.
Yeah, so talking about the beach in Michigan, I know you guys have both gone to Florida together on a bunch of trips, not only to see me, but to see the beautiful beaches down there. How does it compare?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know. Personally, I think, the fact that I am not a swimmer going up, like being up north in Michigan in the lakes, they're pretty deep. And it's only so much walk room before you have to start swimming. When you go to the beaches in Florida, it's the whole ocean, and you can go so far out and be like in the water without having to like not touch the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely a more gradual entrance in Florida.
Yeah, when it comes to like the boating versus like more surfers and swimmers, I just like the tropical feel of being in Florida versus not so tropical feel in Michigan.
What do you think, Jaimie?
See, I'm the opposite. I just feel more safe swimming in Michigan in the lakes, knowing that there's no amoebas that are going to attack my brain or gators or sharks. But don't get me wrong, I love swimming in the ocean too. I am an absolute swimmer. Oh my God, I go so far, and everyone yells at me to come back. I love everything. I love jumping the waves,
Actually, one of the last times you guys came down, we went to one of my favorite springs, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we love that place.
We went to, it's called Rock Springs Run at Kelly Park, but it's basically like a giant natural lazy river.
Yep.
You just tube down the whole thing.
We floated down without rafts, didn't we? We didn't have floaties.
Oh yeah, we did.
So we floated on. I think we floated around it twice.
So it was my first time at that particular park, and I was like, we just wanted to walk and see the entrance. Mm-hmm. Take floats with us.
Do you remember we got lost the first time driving there? we went down that weird road, and there was that like farmer guy.
Oh, the directions took us to some like hunting preserve. And this old man is just like, y'all in the wrong part. And we're like, okay, sorry, we don't want to get murdered. But yeah, I totally forgot. That was my first time there when it was with you guys. So
yeah,
we didn't have floats, but we're thinking, we'll just, float on our backs down. Not a big deal. There are rocks, big ones. And I remember just my back getting scraped the fuck up.
And that's, it's called Rock Springs.
For a reason?
State Park. So we're like, wah.
I totally forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah. That was really fun, though.
It's a lot better with floats because I've been back several times after.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to, like, the secret, like, little cove and Tiff didn't come? But we went to the secret little cove and we had a jump.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't have any floats. And they were like, everyone's like, be careful. That man that didn't even speak English, he was, like, speaking Portuguese to us. And they were all cracking up at us after we jumped in and we just floated away. That was so cool. I love
floated away and we're like, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, and
the rocks started hitting.
Had no water shoes, no nothing.
Yeah, so Rock Springs, there's actually like that cave at the front, and you used to be able to swim under from what I've read, but people were actually dying because they would swim and hit their heads. Mm-hmm. So it's barred up now.
They blocked it off.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
We don't want people dying, but
definitely. And then Tiff was safe back where she was, all not bruised and battered like we were. So
yeah, but there's still plenty of shallow swimming
after all.
Too. Yeah,
true. Definitely, like even just like floating around, like you said, the lazy river part. That was even without a float was absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. Super big, lots of space.
So I've been back several times, like I said, and one morning we got there real early because that place fills up very fast, and once they get to the capacity, they're done for the day. And I remember we got there really early, and there was baby deer drinking water out of the spring, and it was so cool. We got some videos, and then the last time I went, we were walking down because they have several hiking trails around, and we were walking, and we just came right up on 2 deer, and they just kind of stood there, and they didn't run away. It was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Florida's got some really awesome parts. So where else in Florida have y'all gone and stayed?
We went to Jensen Beach and Hutchinson Island, and there we stayed in the Airbnb, and they had access to like a private beach area. So we would like go there at nighttime and watch the waves, and it would go on forever.
Yeah, there was like a little gazebo area.
To stand out and look on.
Mm-hmm, a whole swimming pool. And it was like nobody from that like little complex ever went on it. I felt like it was like an older folks community where the Airbnb was. So yeah, that was super cool. I loved that little gazebo area.
Yeah, that particular beach was a turtle preserve because the turtles come there and lay their eggs. So the signs were everywhere about the turtles, and that was really cool.
Yeah, you couldn't use your flashlights on your phone. No lights on the beach after dark. I feel like we went at the time that the turtles are doing their stuff anyways, so they're extra, serious about it, and we take that very seriously. We want all those little baby turtles to survive.
Save the turtles,
yeah. So we stayed on the little gazebo when we went and put our little tootsies in, but we made sure we didn't turn our phone on or anything. We just walked out.
It was super dark out there, though.
Back. Yeah, it was. It was like a residential area. It wasn't like a tourist area. You know what I mean? It was legit like people's houses, people's condos. It wasn't like a bunch of hotels and shit. So I feel
Which
like
is
that
nice
was
because it's hard to find that in Florida, like a non-busy beach.
Absolutely. I feel like that was the best part that we liked the most about it. It was just kind of like locals only. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was so peaceful. So, like, usually you don't see the crabs because they're hiding because there's so many people. It was so many crabs on that beach. They're just chilling.
Yeah, that was so awesome. We would get up in the morning and go watch the sunrise. And you'd just see the little friends scrambling everywhere. I actually have a couple pictures. It's really cool. And they weren't even like really afraid of us either. They would like be a couple foot away from us and like stop. And then we'll go the other way and they'll go the other way too. So it's like, you could tell that they are not, it's not like a really touristy place. You could tell because there's not going to be, actually natural wildlife that feels, unthreatened, I guess.
Yeah. I grew up in Panama City Beach, and I remember we would have crabs. They were all the little crab holes. So we would, like, as kids, chase them, which sounds kind of mean, but we didn't actually hurt them. We would just run around, and they'd go back down in the little holes.
Hey, that's a kid thing.
Yep. Like, you saying that just took me right back to my childhood.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I remember one time in Panama City Beach, it was, like, the waves coming in, and I looked down, and I thought it was, like, a really pretty shell, so I go down and pick it up, and it was actually, like, a blue crab chilling, and when I picked him up, he pinched the shit out of me. Oh. I'll never forget that. I, like, screamed and threw him, because you're expecting, like, a shell or a rock, and then the thing pinches you.
Okay. That's funny. I actually cooked some blue crabs when I lived in Florida. Right in my tiny little apartment. Studio apartment. I had a whole big old pot full of blue crabs going. Next thing you know, I'm out there cracking them. There's a couple of us, we're all cracking them on the porch, drunk as hell. I swear to God, 2 months later, I am finding tiny little blue crab shells in the most random places. Like, you would never even imagine, like, how did this blue crab shell get here? We were on the porch when I cracked it, and it's all the way in the back of my apartment in my fucking closet underneath, like, a fucking shoe or something. Like, it was crazy. That was so fun. I'll never forget that.
I know, I'm really not huge on seafood, which is funny because I grew up in Florida, which is fresh seafood everywhere.
Yeah, that's wild.
I do like really good, like, fresh scallops, and my sister actually invited me to come down in a few weeks to go scalloping, and I'm like, well, do we get to cook them fresh with some garlic and butter? So,
where are you going?
Not confirmed.
Where is this at? Where are we scalloping at?
I don't know the exact name, but I think it's like St. Mark. It's like kind of south of Tallahassee on the water.
Okay, so, when is this?
In like 3 weeks. I haven't bought my plane ticket. I'm trying to get the time off work, but
we want to go scalloping. So
meet you in Florida.
Let me know. We are having a road trip. It's a 21-hour drive. We coming, bitch.
That's nothing. I'll meet you there. Actually, swing by and pick me up in Colorado.
Okay.
It'll only add like 20 hours. It's fine.
Girl, please. We scalloping.
Round trip flights, it was like $200. So I was like, that's not bad at all.
Oh, no. That's amazing.
So we'll see. To be continued.
Yeah, I mean, you guys will know. You guys will know what's going on. You'll know where we're at. You'll know what Jenny's doing. Come on. Just saying.
Maybe I'll record from Florida with my sister. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
A little guest interview on the spot.
Meet some of my fam.
From where you're at. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I remember the last time you guys came down to Florida, we obviously were going to do Halloween Horror Nights because it's tradition. But we were like on a mission to find some alligators. Do you remember? So we went to a park in Kissimmee, Florida. And we did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think we saw 2. And we were playing Pokemon Go because I'm not the only nerd here,
Yeah, seriously. I caught a lot of good ones at
some
that
good
park.
Pokemans.
And I am not ashamed to talk about it. We also saw like 3 to 4 gators, a couple cool birds. We met up with Mark.
We were successful.
Day.
Yep.
What about the subs? Don't forget the subs from Publix, girl. What?
Public subs. So, a funny story. I had a table a couple days ago and they're from Florida, and they live here now. And we were just talking about how much better Colorado is than Florida. And they were like, except we really miss Public subs. And I was like, I could cry over how much I miss a Public sub.
Like, I can understand that.
If you don't know what a pub sub is, go anywhere in the southeast, find a Publix, chicken tender sub, any sub, honestly.
Even just Publix as a store is gangster. They're always running dope-ass specials, good prices on stuff. I lived so close to Publix when I lived in Orlando, and I didn't care I was there every day. I didn't care. Nope.
They are pricier, but they're always like clean. They always have what you want. Good customer service.
They're always stocked with stuff.
Yep.
Not only that, but to me, it's like I'm going there for that buy one, get one. I'm going there for that, discount this, discount that. That's why I was
and BOGOs.
Yep. So Yeah, I messed with Publix. I was so sad that day because it was so hot and my sub was so good, but I didn't get to enjoy it because
I also just remember that we had like camo flasks full of whiskey and vodka, and they were hot. And we're like trying to chug them before we go into Halloween Horror Nights just because the drink price is in there.
and we're almost vomiting.
Yep. And then like a security guard walks by and we're just like, we're not doing anything.
Did we end up taking them inside? I don't remember.
No, we chickened out.
Yeah. Thank God.
And that's why we chugged him in the car.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why we blasted him through when we were in the car. Like, oh. Yeah, that was so disgusting. Actually, I'm thinking about that now and I'm gagging. So thanks, Jenny.
Here's a trip, though, for anyone. Not that, I mean, it's already been officially canceled this year, Halloween Horror Nights, sadly. But
sure,
if you are going to Halloween Horror Nights in the future, or like they do the Mardi Gras concerts, and you don't want to be like buying drinks in there all night, I always go early to City Walk, go to Fat Tuesdays, which is like the really delicious frozen like daiquiris. You can get an extra shot or two. It's a little pricey, maybe $15, you know, but then at least me, the lightweight I am, I'm good for at least most of the night. Maybe then just get one beer.
Oh, the Fat Tuesdays is worth it too, because that extra shots that they give you is like a whole, you know, thingy. And then, you know, $15, whatever, you're still spending more than that. So I definitely second the Fat Tuesdays, and then keeping a flask in your car, hitting it a couple times. That way you only need a couple drinks through the night. Especially me, I don't want to be peeing the whole time. You know, I'm a peer, especially once I get drinking. So it's like, I can't keep drinking like that the whole night, because then it's just going to ruin my time in the bathroom. So.
Well, that and Halloween Horror Nights, you're typically in line for a good hour to two, and you don't want to be like standing there doing the potty dance the whole time.
Let me tell you about a pro tip.
Was that last year, 2019? We always get the express passes.
18. Let me tell you, that's what I was going to say. Let me tell you about a pro tip for Halloween Horror Nights. There has not been a Halloween Horror Nights that I have been to without that fast pass, boy. And I think the one time that I did go, I was like, damn, why didn't I get it? So pro tip for Halloween Horror Nights, if you're going to spend the money and go, spend the extra $80 and just get a fast pass, because it's going to be worth it. You'll be able to see double the amount of time you'll be able to see in one night without the fast pass. And I mean, I've been to like 6 Horror Nights.
Yeah, I mean, being a local there, I would always buy, we had the option to get like the Florida discounted annual pass, which obviously only for like the month and a half that they're going. And a lot of times that doesn't include Friday, Saturday, but you don't want to go on a Friday, Saturday without an express pass, because you'll be spending 3-4 hours in one line.
I'm telling you, we didn't even go on a Friday or Saturday with the express pass. We're going and using the express pass Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the best days to go, best days to use your express pass, because you're maximizing your time.
But I even remember there were times where you guys came down to visit, and I had already been 3 or 4 times, and you saw more in one night than I had seen going 3 or 4. So it definitely is worth it. If you're only going for one night, definitely.
And that's like us. Like, we don't have all the time in the world to go. When you are able to get, you know, the maximum pass when you live there and, you know, go there all the time, then defo. Because I lived there for 2 years, and what's her name's ma bought us a pass, so we had a pass for a whole year when we lived there, and we went tons of times. Obviously not to Horror Nights, but to regular Universal. But
in Horror Nights, like, they have their rides open, and even if you have an annual pass you go all the time, it's still different to ride them at night. You know, you got some drinks in your system, and they have some shows. So if you want time to hit everything, those lines can get insanely long, and sometimes it's in that hot, humid Florida weather.
Yes, that's one thing that we just always learn to do, is fast pass it, because ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Girl.
All right, so obviously other than Halloween Horror Nights and to see me and Jensen Beach, like, where else in Florida have you guys stayed?
I have also been with her to Daytona Beach and St. Augustine.
I love St. Augustine.
On our last trip. Me too. It had a lot of really historical monuments there that I was like so surprised to see. The castle that was in St. Augustine. I just really, when I go somewhere, I like to see the history. That's the most important part to me. That's why I like to travel, is the history of places. And the castle in St. Augustine, that's definitely something that's worth seeing.
Oh, I really enjoyed that
There is
as
a
well.
$25 fee, I believe, to go actual through the castle, which we did not pay, but just seeing it from the outside served enough justice for me.
Yeah, the day that we actually went was storming and it was kind of poopy and rainy, and we were trying to make the most of walking around the day that we had downtown. So we didn't actually go inside, but I definitely also enjoyed the castle in St. Augustine. St. Augustine is full of old school history. The distillery.
Yeah, they also had that old distillery we went to. They had tasting, and you can really get pretty messed up in there taking all the shots of the gin.
Yeah, we went on a free tour, and I don't even know what in the heck was happening next. We went through the tour. Next thing we know, we came out. We didn't even drink that much because they're only giving you like half a shot of stuff, but you're trying stuff. And then, it lets you out the gift shop, and then the gift shop, they're letting you try stuff. And finally we get done, and I'm like, where are we? Like, what in the world just happened? So I really, really enjoyed the distillery. And our tour guide, I can't even remember who it was, but he was fantastic, our tour guide at the distillery.
Yeah, there was a moment like in one of the tasting areas when they were doing like, the cocktails from the liquors they had, and Jaimie burst into tears laughing. Like, she was laughing for like 2 minutes straight and she couldn't stop. And I'm just like, oh my God. We're just in there
because
laughing.
I was just, I was a little buzzed up, but I was engaging with, the tour guide, and I'm engaging with the drinks.
It always makes a huge difference, like a good tour guide.
Yeah, for sure. And then it's like I'm looking around at all the people we're with, and I'm a people watcher, so
I'm sure everyone was getting a little lit too.
So yeah, by that last slide where I was super laughy, I was a little like tipsed. Not even gonna lie. So yeah, I really enjoyed the distillery.
I've actually never been to that. They have a winery there too, I believe. That's supposed to be really good. I've been to St. Augustine a ton though.
Got you. Yeah, we actually really want to go back because there's a couple of things that we had on our list that we weren't able to accomplish in the time that we were there. But we walked around the old school Lincolnville.
Yeah.
A little neighborhood that...
It was one of the towns after President Lincoln, like, ratified and freed the slaves. That was, like, one of the most dominant cities where a lot of black people, like, where the black slaves went after they were free. That was really cool to be there.
Yeah, so we walked around that whole entire neighborhood, and that's, like, was declared a historic part in like 1991, so that's been part of history for a really, really long time. So I mean, it's already 2020 by now, but yeah, seeing all the really like old plantation houses. I mean, plantation's I guess a loose word for it, but the old school houses like that. You know what I mean?
I actually went on a ghost tour in St. Augustine one time. I think it was on like a high school trip. I was really young. But we definitely like saw some orbs and some photos, which is really cool. We got to go inside. I want to say it's the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, but we got to go in it at night once it was closed because it's supposed to be like one of the really haunted locations.
Yeah, we were planning on going there, but I think we ended up going to a zoo or an aquarium.
Did you go to the gator farm, the alligator farm?
No, we did not go to the alligator farm.
So
we went to some aquarium that had like the turtles, and it had like one rare octopus, and then they had a whole bunch of birds there.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was in Ponds Inlet. It was a marine science center. They rehabilitated turtles and different, marine wildlife. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, St. Augustine is famous. They have an alligator farm. And we actually have the guy that did my tattoo, he actually did a lot of the artwork back in the day for it. So that's pretty cool. And we went there recently with my family. All my nephews, I have 5 nephews, and they all came down to Florida like 2 summers ago. We took them to the alligator farm. And there was this one big pond with like a ton of alligators in it. And one was swimming around. He had something in his mouth. And we were like, what is that? and he had a dead alligator's head in his mouth. I have a video of it. We'll post it on the Instagram, but I guess it had been sick and it died, and then they fought over the body. It was crazy to see it, though. Like,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember you, sharing that video with us before. I definitely want to see that again.
Yeah, I definitely find it. We'll put it on the
I think it's a little
Instagram.
graphic, guys. I think it's a little graphic.
Hey, that's nature, though. And I personally love alligators. People think I'm weird for that, but I think they're cute.
Alligators are awesome. I will never forget when I moved to Florida, the first day that I had my interview at the place that we all met. And I was walking home because my bae at the time had the car. We had just moved there, just one car. So bae had the car, dropped me off at my job interview. Bae went to work. So I walked home for my interview. My interview was legit 7 minutes long. I was terrified because I'm like, oh my God, it's so fast. So I walked home, which is only like 2 miles. So it wasn't bad. It's like I was totally like, take the car, like I'll walk home. It's 2 miles from this job interview. No big deal.
And Florida heat can be bad though.
But I was just coming from Michigan. So I'm like, 2 miles, no problem. Little did I know 2 miles in the Florida heat's going to kill my whole entire
Heat
soul.
exhaustion.
So I'm over there walking. Jenny, I'm not even joking with you. I'm in jeans and a T-shirt. So I'm done. By the time I get there, I'm dead. I am a melted, completely popsicle down to the stick. But I'll never forget on my walk home. So I'm riding Oak Ridge. I'm walking Oak Ridge all the way home, 2 miles. Next thing I know, in between a drainage ditch between 2 apartment complexes, what do I see? A baby alligator that's like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot big in the drainage ditch. Yeah, a little baby one in the drainage ditch. I'm like, Florida.
You have to be careful when there's babies, though, because that means mama is somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, so I just, kept walking, kept to my business, and I was like, damn, this is Florida. I'm sweating my ass off. I saw a gator, and then I went home, took a shower, and stayed inside the air conditioning because it was 1,000 degrees outside, and then I got a call back the next day and got my job. So it was all cool, but I'll never forget that instance. You know what I mean?
That's definitely like your initiation to Florida. Melted in the weather, and you saw a gator.
Yeah,
Boom.
for sure. All on the same day. Like 5,000 degrees melted gator. Like, boom.
That's Florida. At a palm tree. and a crazy man. And
in a nutshell, basically. Yeah.
I love alligators.
Yeah, alligators are cool.
Yeah, me and my friends used to go kayaking a lot before I moved here. And me and Amber, who we met last week, we always do a tandem kayak. And every time we see a gator, she about almost flips us. And I'm like, we're fine in here, but if you flip us in the water, we're not fine. Like, every time. We actually have it on video. I don't know who has it, but this tiny gator, not even, maybe 3 feet long, tiny, pops up in front of us. And she starts spinning us in circles. And I'm just like, I just stopped. Like, I didn't even try to, like, put my thing in the water because I was just like, it's already gone. It's already like swimming away. It's scared of us. But she's like panicking. So we're just going in circles. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But also, I don't ever want to be kayaking and see a gator. So
there's some way I could even think like, I want to kayak.
Oh, no, I love it.
In here.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a Florida fucking lake kind of person.
Right.
No, I'm good. I see a gator in a lake. Hell no, I'm flipping because I'm so freaked out. I'm hitting the gator in the head with my oar, everything. Like, nah,
the gator ain't gonna get.
Be good.
They ain't gonna get that close to you unless it's like
just sit there.
a mama or
I feel like Tiff would definitely be calm. She would be calm,
I would just
cool.
Sit there like, nope.
And then after she's like, nope, that's not cool.
Yeah, she'd talk about it afterwards. Like, yo, remember the gator?
That's the difference with Colorado, though. So, like, in Florida, if I see a body of water, I'm looking on the shore because I'm like, is there a gator in there? Right. In Colorado, people jump in and swim in all the ponds and lakes, and I'm just like, and there's not gators here, so I should know that it's okay. But in my head, I'm like, you can't just do that because there's going to be a gator
Bitch, you better be prepared because when we come to Colorado, we jumping in them things.
It's cold, though.
We jumping in them things.
I'm down, though. I'm down. You know I'm down.
You need a wetsuit? Let's buy you a wetsuit. We jumping in them things.
We know the connection to buy some wetsuits, so.
Yeah, I ain't playing. I'll size you one up right now. What's up?
No, I'm down. We'll do all the hiking, swimming, anything. Tubing.
Defo.
Tubing's supposed to be big here.
Tubing? I love tubing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I really wish I could have taken you to Jenny Springs in Florida.
I want to go there so bad.
That was our final camping trip. Before it was like our big goodbye.
To go back and go there.
Yeah, but as a tourist, not as locals.
Absolutely, as a tourist.
So Jenny Springs, you camp.
Can you make your pasta salad for it though?
I love my pasta salad.
I need the pasta salad if we're going to a spring. That's a ritual now.
Yep.
We go into the spring, we need the pasta salad.
Y'all make a really good pasta salad. Okay.
Yo,
I can't cook much, but
the pasta salad for the park, the pasta salad for the springs. Y'all don't know about this pasta salad Jenny be making for your park, your swimming day. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to plug the pasta salad. Proceed.
The one thing I know how to cook? No, I can cook a few. There's a few dishes, but that's one of my top, for sure.
I've definitely had a few dishes of yours, and pasta salad is up there.
Yep.
Top.
Oh, yeah, Jenny Springs, though. So you camp.
Yeah, Jenny Springs, though.
You party, you drink, you tube, and it's a good, maybe hour tube from the start to the finish. And you take floating coolers, so you just drink as you tube.
All right.
And then you get up and walk back and do it all over again. Amazing. Good time. And, as you're tubing down, there's little springs that branch off that you can swim in that are crystal clear. Some have caves.
Yeah, we're going to need to hit that up.
I remember, midnight, after some drinks, we actually went down and swam in one of the springs because they had a light on over it.
Actually, I have a really good idea. How about when we go down to Scallop, we can go down to Jenny Springs?
Meet you there.
All right, cool. Just let me know.
I've actually never been scalloping. I know my parents did it, but I was little and I was like, I just want to swim.
Where do we? Oh my God, I need to go so bad. I'm so serious right now. You think I'm joking, but I'm so serious.
I'm definitely down to go do some scalloping.
Meet me
Are you
there.
kidding me? Jenny, please let me know. I'm not even playing with you.
Let's do it.
All right, we're scalloping.
I know. I wasn't even planning a trip, but I was just talking to my sister and I was like, they just bought a brand new house. And I'm like, man, I really want to come see your new house. But I know Florida's kind of, COVID crazy.
Sketch. Yeah.
But if I do go, it's just I'm going to be with my sister and my parents. And that's pretty much it. And some water and beer.
Right.
So.
Well, we'll meet you at the scalloping destination. So just let me know.
Sounds good. Yeah. So I know you guys stayed in Daytona too. I've been to Daytona a couple times. It's definitely an older beach town, I'd say. It's not as big nowadays.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was my first time ever going there when I went with her. And, you could tell it was a little old and not as, hype as it used to be, when it first started up. We went putt-putt golfing across the street from where we were staying. And that was my first time doing that. It was like a pirate putt-putt golf. And after that,
Pirates Cove.
Yeah. After that, we went and got pizza at this authentic Italian restaurant, and it was the best pizza I ever had. If you know where that's at, it's the Daytona Beach Boardwalk. It's right up that road at the corner across the street from the putt-putt golf, Pirates Cove. It was so good. We ate the whole thing that night.
And you can't remember the name.
Yeah, it was crazy. No, I can't. But it seriously was when we walked in, we were just in beach clothes, right? Coming from the hotel, coming from the putt-putt. We played putt-putt and went across the street. So we were just in our chill clothes, and we didn't realize the type of restaurant that it was. And we were like, oh no. So we sat down, at
we
a
did
table.
get a little worried.
Yeah, with our stuff, and we looking at the menu, and I'm like, oh my God, this is an actual real life fine dining Italian restaurant. But they were completely fine. We apologized. We're just going for putt-putt golf.
Oh, I'm sure they get that all the time.
Yeah,
though.
we're from Detroit, and it was really funny. The people there was a family of 10 people that were putt-putt golfing behind us. We're halfway through our meal.
And they come walking in, and we're
So, yeah, you're right. I'm sure they get that a lot, but we felt a little bad. It was fine dining, fancy-ass restaurant, but the pizza was straight up fire.
It was the best pizza I ever had. We did take it home, but
we
got to the room, we ended up eating the rest.
Yeah,
we need to get We need to get you to Naples in Italy because that's the best pizza you'll ever have.
Seriously, we're down for that.
Yeah, but if anyone knows this restaurant they're talking about, reach out on our Insta and let us know. We'd love to.
I can't remember what it was either.
Well, awesome. Thanks for coming on today, Tiff. This was fun.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks, Tiff. It's really cool to hear everything, even though I already know, but it's cool to share the story with everybody else because you're right. I feel like Detroit sometimes does get a bad rep, so to hear it from a true Michigander or a true Detroiter, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give some Detroit some love.
Yeah. Some real love. Local love. Dang, Kira.
Sorry, my puppy wanted to get in on the podcast.
Kira
I'm not petting her. Oh,
Kira says hi.
It's about dinner time too, so I guess I probably should go feed her. So again, if you know what that pizza place is or have any comments, reach out on our Insta. It's JetSetHersPod. Our email is jetsethers@gmail.com or head over to the website, jetsethers.com.
Yeah, so come through, say what you like. You're always down to come hang out with us next time. We're going to be talking about some juicy stuff. So don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys. Thanks for listening. Let's go somewhere.